Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Long Dark. I really do enjoy this game. I return to it time and time again. But today we're going to be doing something a little different. We are going to be playing this game modded. And you may be wondering, Mike, why would you need to mod this game? There's already so many accessibility options built in. You can set the difficulty to whatever you want. So many different difficulty options. So why would you need to mod this game? To which I would respond, hop. If you've played this game before, you know how frustrating it can be when you're just kind of up against a ledge and for some reason your character just won't go up the ledge. So now, you can do a little hop. And that alone is worth modding this game. But you know, while you've already got the modding skills, when you've already learned how to install mods, you can't help but want to install more. So I've installed a few more. You may not be able to see it, but the trees do look slightly different today. They change their appearance now dynamically based on how much snow has been falling recently. So as you can see, there hasn't been a lot of snow falling, so they're very green, very luscious, the ones you can see at least. I know there's a lot of fog. But as more snow comes down, as the snowstorms roll in, they will dynamically change to be less green and more white, which I think is pretty cool. But that's not the only mod I've installed. There's also additional food to find, things to collect, and, the most important thing, new regions to explore. Now the new region I want to check out is at the very far end of this road. Gotta follow it all the way down to Desolation Point. So I figure we'll pass through Coastal Highway first and foremost, get some basic gear for this new starting character, before we actually start exploring proper, because I don't know how difficult it's going to be. This new region could be very cold or very dangerous. Or there could be rabbits there, like that one over there in the distance. That spooked me a little bit. It's fine, it's fine. What do we got inside this building? Just gonna ransack through the cupboards, looking for some useful items. Ooh, Nana's Oats. Needs water. Better with berries. Okay, so this could be a new cooking recipe perhaps. Or it could just be something that I cook up and doesn't require any other ingredients. Might just require water. Yes, I've also got a mod that allows me to search cabinets faster, which if you've played this game before, you know that searching cabinets can take a long time by default. Applesauce-filled donuts. You know, the base game already has some crazy foods that I don't truly believe are real, like ketchup-flavored potato chips. Who would actually want that? But apparently they're real. Maybe applesauce-filled donuts, applesauce-filled biscuits are real. I don't believe it, but here they are. And tuna pate. Well, this is more cat food than human food. Well, if it's got black pepper in it, maybe it is for me. More tuna down here on the bottom shelf, as well as some mackerel and marinara sauce. See, this I could actually see being a base game item because of how many fisheries and fishing spots there are nearby. Product of Canada and Russia. Mackerel, basil, tomato, and salt. All right. And alphabet soup. Yeah, I know this is a real item. Yeah. Oh, what's this? Roasted almonds. Little nuts, little salty, little spicy. That's a real food. Yup, I'll take one of these. Ingredients. Gochugaru. That sounds like a Super Sentai mech name. So not an amazing amount of stuff in there. Some basic food and a couple of meager, modest supplies. But that's okay. Pretty soon we'll hit the Quonset garage and the surrounding residential area, and hopefully we'll find some useful items there. Hoping for a knife or an axe in particular, but if I could find a rifle or a revolver, man, that would really set me up for any hostile wildlife encounters. On the way there, we've got this small little mining area. We can check this out. It's not a big location. Leave Coastal Highway. Wait a second. Where am I leaving? Where does this lead to? Well, I don't have very many ways to illuminate the area because I haven't found a lantern yet. I have 2 flares. Hope that's enough. Normally, this area does exist, but it's not a leave the coastal highway. That's not what this is. This is normally just like an area with some supplies, but maybe it's become a different transition zone to a new location? Honey in nuts. Lasts forever if the lid is tight. I've seen this before. The label says do not consume without hot tea, but I haven't really suffered any ill effects from eating it as it is. 3,000 calories does seem like a lot. Solitude Cider. So this actually has some alcohol in it, and there's supposed to be a side effect from drinking alcohol. You get a little tipsy, your vision gets a little blurred or something like that. I haven't had any effects like that, so maybe the alcohol mod is currently not installed properly. Or maybe it's just not up to date. This game did get updated recently, and all the mods are trying to play catch up. So yes, this area has an elevator in the back that is only powered during the auroras, and I've scarcely ever been down there. I was down there once in my last playthrough, just to see what it actually had down there, and yeah, there was some good stuff. Oh, flashlight. But as I can't go down there right now because there is no power, and as I don't have any way to illuminate the areas down there, I'll have to save that for a different day. But yeah, that could be a brand new area. Maybe that elevator takes me to a brand new region. Yeah, it's very strange that was labeled as leave the region. I don't recall that ever being the case, so I do feel like things may have changed there. Well, regardless, here we are at the log sort. Those are some footprints that belong to me. So we're not too far away now from the Quonset garage where we can stock up proper. And you can see that now that the sky has cleared up a bit, the trees are looking very, very green. Get this out of the way. The trees are looking very green, and it's a very new, unique sort of beauty. The sharp green contrasting against the gray sky and white snow. I like it. I like the change. And I like how apparently it's dynamic, so maybe we'll see later on that the trees have a bit of white to them. Okay, here we are in the Quonset garage area. I'm always a little on edge because of these snowbanks. Predators sometimes hide behind them, waiting to ambush you. In fact, I have a new type of enemy in the game now. I modded in a wolf with new AI, so there are specifically ambush wolves. So we'll see if we get ambushed by a new ambush wolf, and if they have any distinct markings. As of right now, I don't think we have anything to worry about. I think I saw a deer. Yeah, there's a deer off there in the distance. So there's also a moose over there. So I don't normally see a moose in this area, especially not on my first day with no weapons. They make for good eating. And if I had my rifle here, shooting a moose to get like 130 pounds of meat and leaving it outside the base, that would leave you stocked for life. But unfortunately, not much I can do about that moose, except keep my distance, because if he gets too close, he's very territorial, and it will end badly for me. Yeah, just like in real life, you do not want to mess with a moose. In fact, if I were this close in real life, I'd be nervous. Yeah, very territorial. He stomps his hoof. I understand. I need to keep my distance. Yeah, they're good if you can take them down, but you need a rifle or something high-powered, like a missile launcher, because these things are just tanks on hooves. Me with my bare hands, I'm not going to do much. Oh, it's so much nicer to loot like this. Fuses! There you go. I don't need to use those fuses for anything, I don't believe. Sewing kit. Revolver ammunition. If I could find a revolver to go along with it, I would be one happy camper. Some film! A box of color instant film. So this is actually not modded, but it's also not quite vanilla either. This is, I believe, added by DLC. The Long Dark has a DLC pack that you could buy that adds new regions and a camera. I've only found that camera once, I think, or maybe I've never found it. It's been so long. It's in a very difficult region at the very far end of the DLC regions. So, yeah, maybe one day I'll be able to use the camera. But not today. I'm not going to the DLC regions. I'm going to the mod regions. If I can get there. Ooh, there we go. A lantern. Not in great condition, not at all, but it is some basic lighting for at least a little bit until the oil runs out. And a canister for the respirator. There are some toxic areas in the DLC regions. Canisters for the air filtration mask can be useful, but I don't think I'll be needing those. Or those, for that matter. Because I'm not going there. And here's the radio. The game has a trader. You can trade with another NPC if you have the DLC. And sometimes his trades can be useful. He usually wants some rare items, but he'll give you some even rarer items, like unique recipes, so maybe you can cook up some useful items. things that give you stat boosts. And if my eyes don't deceive me, yes, we have a revolver. In mediocre condition, but it's better than nothing. And if I find a rifle or a weapon cleaning kit, it'll be in even better condition. Can't put the rifle shell casing into it, but I've already found some bullets, so that's good. Alright, we've already found a lot of great loot here. And, gingerbread cookies. There we go. Never seen them before, but I think I would enjoy a gingerbread cookie. An energy drink. Nice. That's a recent addition to the vanilla game. Not terribly recent. It's been in the game for a few years now. Running River Oats. Good for making some oatmeal, I think. Also, if you haven't played this game in a while, you may be surprised to learn that this game has a base customization mode. So you can open up this mode and start rearranging things, or destroying them. I like to rearrange the lockers into a configuration I like, or just kind of put them wherever, like a real jerk. Just kind of leave them wherever, make my life more difficult. But it also is useful for moving furniture out of the way so you can find some useful stuff underneath it, like a Frontier Shooting Guide. Good for improving your shooting skills. I will definitely take that. And I think I saw another one over here. Yes, rifle ammunition. For a rifle I currently don't have, but maybe that will change. I've already found quite a lot of food in the early stage of the game. I am playing on a relatively easy difficulty setting, so if I were playing on a harder mode, it might be more difficult to find this food. But there's quite a lot here, so I'll just leave it as, this could be my first waypoint, my first base. If I'm ever in trouble, I can always come back here, double back here, and I'll know that there's safety. There's food, there's drink, there's a bed. There's, comfort here. There's also dark chocolate with salted caramel. I'm not usually a chocolate guy, but I'm also not a lot of these foods guy. So if I'm hungry enough, I'll eat it. And Dr. Livesy's hematogen. You know, a lot of these other foods, even if I don't like the taste of them theoretically, I could at least believe that they were vanilla. This very clearly is not a Hinterland original. Makes you heal faster, does it? Okay, if you say so. The fun thing about base customization is that if you find a nice picture in a different house, you can grab it and take it and put it up in your house. So, anyone's family photo? This is my family now. This image of us shoveling snow, as us playing hockey, yep, that's my memory now. That's my history. Mariner's Peacoat. Well, that's going to be a useful, if heavy, piece of equipment. Current warmth bonus is 9 degrees Celsius, which is, I have no idea how many Fahrenheit units that is. We'll just go with 12. Who knows? Oh, we got some Turkish Delight. Delicate, delicious candy, a Turkish classic. There's a flavor for everyone, so you can't say you don't like it, huh? Well, never had these before, but okay. 900 calories seems like a lot for a bunch of candy. Maybe it's not actual candy in the way that I'm thinking of, like, lollipops, but pastries? That would make sense. I could see 900 calories worth of pastries being in here. So, we started here at Coastal Highway. Gonna head south towards the Crumbling Highway. That's the name of the transition zone. And then Desolation Point. And if this map seems to be a bit cluttered, it's probably because last time you played this game, it may have been before they added a bunch more new regions. So we got Black Rock and Ash Canyon. Those weren't initially in the game. Bleak Inlet was also an addition, so they've added a lot of stuff. A lot of places to explore around. Worth checking out, I would say. Let's explore Desolation Point before the sun comes up. During the aurora, this is a region that is quite beautiful. The lighthouse springs to life, and we can see it flickering off there in the distance. That is my first destination. There could be some useful supplies there. And then from there we'll move on towards, hopefully, the new regions. Quite a lovely view. I do very much appreciate how colorful this region is. The aurora itself is always spectacular, no matter where you are, but with the lighthouse, oh, that lighthouse. Heavenly. Yeah, let's climb to the top of the lighthouse. Nothing on the windowsill. Very well, very well. And a second revolver. Is it in better condition? It's in much worse condition. Then it can stay here. Ooh, under the bed peanut butter. And something to drink, thank goodness. I was getting parched. And Captain's Keycard. A collectible replica keycard for a fishing boat. I don't believe this has any practical purpose. In fact, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But I do love me collectibles, so I have a mod that adds quite a few collectible cards to find throughout the game. If only I had a way to display them. For now, it can just burn a hole in my pocket. Kvass. What is this, like an energy drink? With mint and raisins? That doesn't sound delectable. Barely alcoholic, fizzy, and refreshing, huh? And, ooh, at the top of the lighthouse, we've got the blinding light. Yep, now it's in our face. Whew. Do we have any useful supplies? Well, some matches. I don't think I need to have the flashlight on while I'm out here. I think I have plenty of artificial light. Rifle. Again, I have not found a rifle yet, but 2 more bullets for it if I do eventually find it. Alright, that's it for the lighthouse. Unfortunately, I just had my first crash of the run. Crashing is not a thing that happens to me very often, but one of my mods might not be in the most stable conditions at the moment, so hopefully that doesn't become a recurring issue. I'm going to try to leave the lighthouse a second time, and hopefully it does not crash the game. It crashed the game. Dang it. Hey, third time is the charm. All right. Hopefully that crashing does not become symptomatic for me. Gonna jank my way down the side of this rocky mountain, hit that beached U-boat, hit the whaling refinery, and then we should be ready to finally, at long last, check out the new region made by the fans. I do have to be cautious, though, because I have been ambushed by a bear in this area more than once. There is quite often a bear in the area, and likes to hide around corners. That's not even a modded thing. Ambush bear is just a thing that exists in this region. So the processing area has some stuff, but probably not warm clothes, which I would benefit from. An emergency stim! That is always a useful thing to have. And some medical supplies. And what about over here? Normally, there's a body over here. And today, it might have a rifle, or more likely, just a third revolver, if anything. Nope, a flare. A single flare. But I will take that flare. And the alphabet soup. And some crab wheat chips. It's like potato chips, but they taste like crab. Delicious. Alright. So yeah, this is the whale processing area, I suppose, where they bring in their hull and they, you know, process it. But there's a lot of secrets around here, and as I've said before, I found a lot of those secrets. So, let's see if we got any useful supplies hidden up this pipe. I can immediately see we got some coffee, some sardines, an MRE wrapper. It's empty, so of no use to me. And there's that third revolver. This one is actually in really good condition. This is going to be my primary weapon now. I'll take that. Thank you. All right. Glad I knew about this secret hiding spot. Back down we go. Little dehydrated, so before we head on out, drink some of this delicious, refreshing potable water. Ah, so sanitary. And we'll eat a little bit of those wheat chips, those crabby wheat chips. Wow, it dehydrates you so fast. Oh my god. That sapped all of my hydration. That was probably the saltiest thing I've ever eaten. Holy crap. Well, let's wash it down with some sardines. Somehow the salty sardines actually give you hydration. Figure that out. I guess you're just drinking the juices at the bottom of the tin, but still. That sounds disgusting, actually. I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, back to the main road. No bears, no moose, not even any wolves. Surprising, a very pleasant surprise. I like it this way. Peaceful, calm, and relaxing. Okay, so I believe if we follow this road, it'll take us to a broken bridge that would normally be impassable. But with this mod installed, it should serve as the connecting point for the new region, or regions. I've never been, so I have no idea what it's going to look like. If there's going to be one region, or if it connects to multiples, I do not know. But I suppose we'll find out together. There it is, the broken bridge. It's certainly crumbled and broken, but it is passable. I believe I can't really see it over the edge, but if I were really desperate for a rifle, if I really wanted one, I have sometimes found one in a cave down there. There is a cave where there is some supplies and maybe even a rifle, but I don't need that. I've got this revolver with, God, 40 bullets basically? Yeah. Won't kill the biggest beasts, but will keep me safe, hopefully. I found a game crash on the other side. Come on. Okay, I have disabled a handful of mods, and it seems like that has fixed the issue. I'm not sure what mod was causing it. Ooh. I think it may have been the dynamic trees mod, just speculating here that it may have been something to do with the trees. Yeah, I disabled the dynamic trees mod, and maybe that's not compatible. Or maybe, things are not looking correct. I don't know. Oh boy. That ain't right. Okay, I think I've fixed everything. None of the textures are broken. Okay, finally, at long last, let's check out this new region. Let me just go ahead and map this first right here. Add to my map we got. Booyah! Where the hell am I? Alright, right down there. No, that's the Memento Cat. Okay, this is the coastal highway. Apparently there's no map for the region. Fine, that's fine. We'll navigate using our eyes and not a map. And I can see with my little eyes there's a trailer in front of me. And I need to be cautious of rock slides. Okay. A sad sight. We've got someone huddled underneath this camper for warmth. Stump remover, that's useless. Broken lamp, sad. I don't know, I've never seen a camper before. This might be unique for the mod. Oh, I can go inside. Oh, wow. The inside of this camper looks pretty dang cool. All right. Oh, that was kind of bright. Beef jerky in the sunlight. A carrot. Okay. All right. This is a pretty cool area. I imagine with the aurora, these small lights might spring to life. Maybe this lamp. They got a basic bed here if I need to rest for the night. You know, this isn't much. Ooh, soda. Very bright in the sunlight, soda, it would seem. Oh, there's even some film from the DLC camera. And another bedroll in case I didn't bring mine. But I did. I was smart enough to bring my bedroll. This is pretty cool. I like this little area. This is a fun little area. It's nice to have a place I could return to if I need it, but I think I'm good. Fun first impression. Well, it looks like I won't be exploring right now. I might actually be spending some time inside that trailer, which is fine. I'm happy we're here. I'm just happy we finally made it to the DLC. I keep calling it the DLC. It's not a DLC area. I'm happy we finally made it to the modded region. Yeah, things are looking a little imperfect, but that's okay. I can't wait to check out the rest of this region and any connecting regions. I don't know. But we'll save that for next time. I'm just so happy to be here, and I can't wait to see what else there is. Because this camper, this new camper, which is very unique as far as I know, it's a good first impression. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, next time we return, I'll investigate the region, see if I can't figure out what those crows are calling about off there in the distance, and see what new things, besides this trailer, this region has. I'm excited. I hope you're excited because this is pretty cool so far. I'm so happy to be here.